Welcome. Top news September 9, 2025. Economics, banking, finance, startup technology, and sustainability world over. Let's look at the market dynamics. US crude is 62.5, Brent is around 66.24, natural gas is around 3.08. So it's all moving up marginally in the value chain. The precious metal, gold 3684, still climbing high and high. Silver 41.85, and again platinum and palladium also gone up by $8 and $6 respectively. Global currency moves. $1 US is equal to 88.27 Indian rupee. €1 is equal to 1.176, I should say. 1 British pound is equal to $1.35. When it comes to rest of the dollar index, 97.39, it's down marginally. And treasury yields are coming down. Expectation of rate cut in the next 1 week. 0.5 or 0.25, that's the question. When it comes to global market indices, world stock market, US markets are all up. European markets are all up. Asian markets are all up except Indonesia and Singapore Straits Times. Indian market also up marginally, 0.13% Nifty, and Sensex flat almost, 80,787. Oil rise on modest OPEC plus output hike decision, Russia supply What about India's top news? India is moving up in the value chain. World needs stable environment for trade. Practices must be fair. That's what India is saying. And when it comes to government exploring alternate export market to shield farmers from US tariff, very important. Identifying new export destination, Latin America, Africa, Southeast Asia, to reduce dependence on US, protecting farmers' incomes, promoting import substitution, strengthening the domestic production, and rejecting the GM imports or all the value-driven alternate export markets India is seeking. India-Israel signed bilateral investment treaty to boost economic ties. India-Qatar may finalize the terms of reference for trade deal in October. This is all happening. $28 billion is what they want to have by 2030 as bilateral trade. $10 billion investment commitment is made. Investment commitment in place is Qatar has pledged $10 billion in Indian sectors like infrastructure, tech, and food security. Scope for comprehensive pact. And with Jeevan Small Finance Bank hopes RBI will decide on its universal license by December, hopefully. Regulatory relief anticipated. Operational flexibility to increase, and they are counting on RBI. Whatever the commitments they require in terms of fulfillments, they are on the track. What about Middle East news? We have stress on showcasing Oman as a destination for hosting events. Strategic location on advantage, modern event infrastructure are all coming up. Cultural natural appeal is there. IFN Oman Forum 2025 highlights Islamic finance. And when it comes to the rest of the market, Saudi Arabia real GDP expand by 3.9% in Q2 on non-oil activities. PIF signs MOU with Macquarie to build Saudi infrastructure energy transition projects. Abu Dhabi real estate transaction reached 61.15 billion dirhams since January. That's commendable. ADNOC gas inclusion unlock over 250 million in investments. Gross bank assets up 1.9% to dirhams 4973 billion at the end of June. Rest of the world news. Indonesian finance minister removal unnerves investors. Rupiah tumbles. Rupiah drops over 1%. Bonds face sell-off. Fiscal credibility questioned. It's all happening in Indonesia. South African rand firms as market awaits GDP data. Australian business conditions improve in August. And we have Thailand vows to curb baht swings as currency hits 4-year high. European news. European shares end higher amidst all eyes on French no confidence vote. Sterling holds firm against dollar after weak US job report. UK shoppers spent more as temperatures rose in August. Crisis-prone France sinks deeper into debt. German industry production rises for the first time since March. And dollar falls, hits 7-week low as job glooms heightens Fed cut chances. Standard Chartered expects Fed cut rates by 50 basis points next week after weak job data. Canadian dollar steadies and global bond climbs 20% from 2022 low, with Fed set to resume cuts. Global bonds up from 2022 20%. It's shaping up, poised to cut rates 25 to 50 basis points, and developed an emerging market gain. And Citi and JP Morgan forecast 50 basis points cuts. And Japan 10-year yield drops 20 basis points. Tech and startups, Microsoft roll out fresh Windows 11 canary builds to insiders. OpenAI making a full-length AI movie and set to debut at Cannes. That's interesting. Whistleblower sues Meta over claims of WhatsApp security flaws. Lawsuit filed in California. And 1,500 engineers had data access. Retaliation followed disclosures. Meta denies allegations. Company call Bake's claim distorted and downplayed its role, citing adversarial security challenges. Hong Kong ash key to launch 500 million digital treasury fund. SpaceX buys wireless spectrum from EcoStar in 17 billion deal. Sustainability news. India revokes grid access for 17 gigawatt of clean energy projects. India revokes grid access. Singapore Central Bank secures 510 million to back green infrastructure in Asia. US solar installation forecast slashed. And it's all happening in the sustainability news as well. Keep watching us. We'll bring the daily news to you world over in terms of economic, banking, finance, stocks, technology, and sustainability. Thank you for your kind attention.